So I was not able to get the YouTube thing to work. I'm trying to find where my camera is to look at it. The live YouTube thing to work. So we're going to go ahead and just do it on here and try to fix that for YouTube later.
Oh, yeah, it's going.
But what's going?
Yeah, no, I'm like...
Oh, you're watching it? So, in case you all don't know, I'm Lisa. And here's a newcomer.
I'm Jackie.
Jackie and her beautiful daughter. Hello. And we're at Inner Urban right now and having our meetup. So I'm just now realizing how kind of weird it is to be doing this and we have people right over there. That's okay. I see people doing it all the time. So we just got sat down, and one of the things I was wanting to talk about, and sorry about the glare, you guys, I've got a crack in my phone, so it's going to do that while it's on me. Although I think it looks better on you guys.
Yeah.
Maybe I should just talk and have the video on y'all. No? Okay. But here, let's try this. I have to keep my phone plugged in because I'm only at 32%, so you can see how prepared I was for this. So, I got to get comfortable. I don't know if I can do it with this. I'll plug it back in whenever it's really about to die. How about that? So I'm going to scoot in a little bit. Okay. So one topic I wanted to talk about was mistakes, because I made a lot of them this past month. And it's probably pretty much the same thing, but it affected my whole month. Hey Julio, hey Brandy. Julio just got on too. Say hi. This lady, first of all, actually I wanted to say how I met this lady. We were watching YouTube. Who were we watching, Rakin or?
Rakin Profit, I think. With that thrifty something.
We were watching somebody live on YouTube.
Yeah.
And was it you or Kimberly? There's another Oklahoman that I think. Yeah, Kimberly came on, and Oklahoma was mentioned. And I said, I'm from Oklahoma, and then I mentioned the meetup group, and so they went ahead and came on, and so here she is. What was it, yesterday?
Yeah,
it was just yesterday. Met her, and here she is. Yay! So back to the topic. Okay, we've been talking a lot about social media and marketing at our meetups and learning so much about it, and so I've been doing a lot of Instagram and YouTube, not YouTubing, Twitter. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. And I focused like a whole day on scheduling my tweets, and I went a little crazy with it to the point to where it was like tweeting, I'm going to admit, every 5 minutes, like all day long, automatically. And Twitter ended up contacting me saying your account has been compromised. So I had to change my password and delete the rest of the scheduled messages. So don't do that. I suggest that you don't do that, because you'll have to change your password, and I don't like changing my passwords. So I did that. There's a mistake. And basically I just realized, okay, so at the beginning of, what month is this, April? Before April hit, last week of March, I told myself I want to get 700 listings by April 1st. And I didn't really do that. I did within that 4 days, of April, like April 4th, I had 700. And then I'm looking at the end of this month, I haven't even made it to 800. And yes, I've made a few sales, but not enough to justify why I barely even have 800. So I can see why. I feel like I've worked so much, but I haven't listed that much because my focus was too much on social media and marketing and Instagram and Twitter. So I think maybe, I'm thinking, and I could be wrong, and this could just be me, but I'm thinking like when you're first starting out and when you're first trying to get the groove, which I had the groove, but this month was just bad for everybody from what I hear. But this was not a good month to do that. It's just, I think we need to focus on listing. I think listing needs to be number one, needs to come first. Even though I don't have complete faith sometimes in eBay that they're putting my stuff up in the searches, because I'll check my views and I have like 2 or 3 in only 3 days, and I'm like, what? Are they really putting my stuff up there? And I even sometimes search my own stuff and I don't see it, and I'm like, eBay, so that's where I get the justification to tweet my stuff so more people can see it, or put it on Instagram so more people can see it, because I don't feel like eBay's doing it enough. But I think what I'm just going to have to do is put my trust in eBay because yes, like Julio said in here, listing is key. And I know everybody says that. I know it. But I just had that doubt in eBay that they were putting my stuff out there. So I just got to throw away those doubts and just work. And list. And I want to list 100 a week, not a month. A week, ladies. So what kind of mistakes have you made? That you would like to share? Or have you tried the social media and the Instagram and all that stuff?
I have not, because like I literally just started at the beginning of April. Like I had been researching reselling. Like I've had an account since 2002, but I've just been on YouTube kind of researching and trying to like learn the ins and outs. Like I've always loved reselling, and I've always like sold stuff like on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, and all that, but I just didn't know how the whole eBay thing worked, although I shop on there all the time.
Yeah.
But
and that's a good research too.
Yeah, and so I'm just at that point where like I'm just starting. I mean, I've been listing, just a couple of things a day because I do have a full-time job, and I have 3 kids, so like I'm busy all the time.
Yeah.
But after watching like thousands of videos on YouTube, finally it was like, just start listing, and it was scary. I was scared. I was like, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Like, is this gonna work? And it works. Like I've been seeing like I'm actually selling. I mean, I've only listed like in the last 3 weeks. I mean, I've only listed about 70 items, but I've sold half.
Better than what I'm doing.
But I've sold half of them. Half of them. So it's nice. Like I'm like, wow. I mean, it actually works. And just for me, it's balancing the whole full-time job, 3 kids, and listing in the evenings when I get home, and sourcing on the weekends, because that's kind of when I have time, or when I'm out and about like doing stuff, or I'm always like looking in other places, and then kind of not just sticking to one thing. I'm trying to just, whatever I see, if it's at a good price and I think I can resell it, I'm just gonna pick it up.
Yeah, that's what I do.
So I'm just trying to learn the ins and outs, and I think for me.
Okay, we're live. Sorry guys, the connection went away and I couldn't get it back, so to continue.
Yeah. So
you were talking about shipping.
Yeah, so I was talking about shipping. Like for me, it's been shipping, getting used to the whole shipping thing. I do have a scale. Like my profits so far have just been reinvesting back into the business, because you can't make money without investing money.
Right.
So I'm just like, everything I'm making right now, I'm just reinvesting back into it. And so I'm just kind of picking up tidbits from like every single live show I find on YouTube. I'm following all these like people that have been doing it for years, and trying like today to connect with people that know what they're doing. So,
or do we?
Yeah, and trying to like set some goals for myself, I guess. Like so far, because I don't have a lot of time. My time is my big thing right now. Trying to make the time. I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna I'm striving to list every day, and I'm striving at least 2 to 5 items a day. Like just because I'm just starting, and because I don't have a lot of time. So far I've been doing okay. Like at least I'm doing 3 to 5 a day. If I can do more, I'll do more. Like on the weekends, it's easier for me to do like 20 or 15 or whatever, but on the weekdays it's like, okay, I'll do 3 to 5. And so I mean, I've got about 3 or 4 sales a day, which isn't bad. For me, I'm like,
3 or 4 sales a day?
Bad. Yeah,
what are you selling?
It's just anything I find.
And this has been this month.
This month, yeah.
See, I'm doing something really wrong, because I've
so
got over
far,
700 items, and I have not had this kind of sales every day.
I mean, I've been having about like 2. There's been days where I just have 1, but and I have found like I'm just taking my time. Like I'm being picky when I'm sourcing.
Yeah.
I'm just not picking anything up. I am trying to be like super picky.
See, I think that's the difference. Is that I'm not being as picky. Like I'll pick stuff up if I think it's cute, But if it's not a huge name brand, as long as it's cute, I'll pick it up. I'm starting to get to the point to where I want to be more picky.
Yeah.
And right now I have a whole bunch of stuff in my garage that I need to list so I haven't sourced in a while because I have too much stuff. I'm not going to have a death pile. I'm working on my death pile now, and all month I've been working on it, and it just sucks because I'm thinking how much I thought, how hard I worked, but it wasn't at listing, at the most important thing I needed to do.
Right. And I mean, even myself right now, I have a dead pile. Like, I haven't listed. I've got stuff that I've already purchased that I need to list, but I am trying to be like really picky when I am sourcing.
Where do you go to source?
So far, I've gone to the Goodwill outlet. And
In the city?
In the city, and I've gone to a couple yard sales.
Now, what do you typically find at the bins?
I found some pretty good stuff. Like, I found the Michael Kors sweater the other day. It only cost me like $1.
Right.
And I found, I did find like some new, I found some new Clark leather shoes.
Really?
And I sold them this morning for $30. So that was nice.
Yeah.
And I found like some J. Jill clothes, and I found,
See, I have not found those yet.
and I sold some J. Jill pants this morning for $16, which was nice. And I also found some, like, I've just been really, like, since I've been watching all these videos and like trying to like look out for like polo things, I've just been trying to find those brands. And so far, I mean, I also found what's that brand? Oh my gosh. Oh, a Burberry shirt.
Yeah, Burberry's awesome.
I sold for it. I didn't post it, like, I didn't, list it for super high, but I sold it for $25, which wasn't bad.
No,
I mean,
you could have gotten more.
Yeah, I probably could have gotten more for it, but I was just
Did you sell it, but it's flipped quick?
Yeah, and I only paid like 80 cents for it.
Yeah.
So I was just happy to sell it. I think I could have probably sold it for like 35 or something, but
you probably sold it faster because it was so low.
And I think at the moment, because I'm trying to build up my
your feedback.
I'm trying to like not be super high at the top of the market. Like, I want to be, but that's where I'm also too. Like, I want to find a balance.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm also getting ripped off or something,
But
like,
you're not if you're paying 80 cents for it.
Right. I still made really good money off of it. So, and my biggest find, though, was I went to Goodwill in Moore, and I was with my daughter, and I was just there for the evening, and I was looking at something, and I found a talking plush in new condition with tags and everything, from South Park, a towelly.
Oh.
And the only other one on eBay is selling for $349.
Oh my God.
I listed it for $100 because I said, you know what, the ones that had been selling were used, and some didn't have tags, and they had been selling for about $56, $59. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna throw it out there for $100 and see what happens. So I had it listed. I sold it yesterday. I sold it for $85. So I paid $1.80 for it.
Oh my God!
So I was
this is why I love you.
So I was like, a guy from the United Kingdom bought it. He's an avid collector. He calls himself South Park guy, and and I was getting like several low ball bids, like $40. But I just I said my lowest I'm gonna do is $85. He offered $65. I countered him at $85. He accepted. So I was like, that's not a bad flip.
Not bad at all.
I'm just trying to be picky. Like,
I think that's a good way to go.
And I kind of just saw it there. I'm like, you think this will sell? And she's like, look it up. So we looked it up, and hey, it made me a good amount of cash.
And I've noticed that whenever I have picked out stuff that was more higher quality, it did flip pretty quick, and I didn't pay that much for it. I found some stuff at Plato's Closet, which is a little bit more expensive, but you know that it's in good condition, and if not like new. And let's see, do we have people? I find that I'll get as many done as possible during the weekend, then set up some schedule lists during the week in case I'm busy. Brandy, are you talking about Twitter? I bet you're talking about Twitter, because that's what I was thinking about doing. But yeah, I'm gonna calm it down. I mean, I was desperate, with the Twitter thing. I was like, I'm not making any sales. I need to make some sales, so let's just throw them out there. And yeah, I had to change my password, but and I kind of knew better too. I kind of knew better, and I used Hootsuite, and they would only allow me to do it every 5 minutes, so it probably would have been worse. But
yeah.
But anyways, no, I think that's a really, really. I think that's the way I already kind of planned, and I told Maggie that I was going to start being more picky. I'm at a place to where I'm not going to source anymore until I get everything that I already have listed. And I'm sorting through what I do have, because some of it is not anymore good enough to put in my store, because even if it's cute, if it's like, unless it looks brand spanking new and it's a faded glory, I'll spend the time, taking pictures and listing it. But no, I got a whole pile of stuff. I'm going to have a garage sale next weekend, hopefully, if it doesn't rain. And whatever doesn't sell there, I'm just going to donate. And I'm going to start, I guess you could say, kind of fresh, because I'm going to start being more picky.
Right.
I miss sourcing so much. I miss going to the bins. I miss going to Goodwill and shopping. I mean, because that's the fun part of it. But that's the one thing I have kept to, is not sourcing until I get all that stuff done. Which it kind of helps that I'm not making a whole lot of money. But
Right.
But I do have a lot of items on there that are also something that people would not typically look for. But no eBay.
She meant no eating.
Oh, I guess she's talking about listings. You're talking about listings, Brandy? I think she's talking about listings. Okay, we'll look out for a comment. But no, I mean, a lot of stuff that I put on there is stuff that, like, maybe only a few people are looking for. But it's that stuff that you can't really find anywhere else. So I thought about, should I take them off? Should I keep them on? Because they'll sell eventually. But those are the kind of the long tail items that people call long tail,
Right.
But those are already up. I'm going to keep them there. I've got 1,000 free listings, so until I start going over that too much, I guess then and if they still haven't sold, I'll just take them off. I don't know if that's going to be my strategy yet or not. Probably, but
and see, the other thing for me too, like, since I've had an account for like forever, I have I can list I don't know how many thousands of items on my account. The thing is, I right now don't have a store yet. I don't have a store yet, because I'm just I'm kind of just starting off, and I'm still kind of adamant about committing to that part of it. So,
well, it's two things I want to tell you. One of going back to the shipping, I almost forgot to tell you. Did you know that eBay has a shipping calculator? I
did see that. Yeah, I did.
And the fact that we're in Oklahoma, I think it's really spot on, because it tells you, if you just use sample, it throws out Chicago, I think it's Chicago, and New York, or something like that. Giving you samples of how much it would possibly cost. So because we're in Oklahoma, we're in the middle of the United States, so it's not going to be that different. So I've used that a lot, and then there's also, Maggie told me about this listing fee. Maggie, are you watching? How many listings are you up to, Lisa? 756, I think. Although I do have some that ended today that I need to relist. But yeah, I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna do better, I promise. Is Maggie watching? I don't know. She pointed out a fee illustrator. That's what it's called. So it can tell you when would be a good time to upgrade to a store. It's for her.
I got the pizza. She's got the kids'
Oh no,
meal.
I'm sorry. I forgot you got a kids meal too.
Yeah, I got a kids meal. I just didn't want a lot. Thank you so much. Yeah.
I just heard kids, and I was like,
there's a fee illustrator.
So. And I will put a link in there later when I get home for the fee illustrator. And but when I figured out that I was in a basic store, Did you need something?
They didn't do it.
Okay, you can go ask. Okay.
Okay, so I totally misunderstood how my listings work. Because so with the basic store, I don't remember what it's like without a store. It's been so long. But with a basic store, you can have 250 free listings. After that, they charge you 20 cents a listing.
Right.
Well, as months and months and months would go by, I would notice that my free listings seemed to have dwindled down a lot. And then finally in March, it looked like I only got 3 free listings, and they started charging me. I'm like, what's going on here? So I called eBay, and come to find out, a lot of people didn't understand this either. But I called eBay and do my best to explain it because it's kind of complicated, but I understand it now. But basically, all of my free listings that have not sold the month before roll over. So if I had 250 free the month before and only 100 sold, then I would have 100 left for free the next month. You know what I'm saying? Because the 150 that didn't sell rolled over. So I was like, oh, I didn't realize that. So at this point, when I was talking to the eBay customer service, I was actually paying more not being in a premium store than I would be, because if I had a premium store, I would get 1,000 free listings before they started charging me for $60 a month. And where I was at already, I was owing them $70 to $75. Wow. So I was like, okay, upgrade me. So you definitely want to keep an eye on that, so you're not paying more, than you want to be.
So is it like that for when you don't have a store, like where they say, oh, you get those free 50 listings every month? Is it free, and then they roll if you go?
If you don't sell them, then they roll over.
So they count. It's the same thing.
So you still get those for free, but it's the same listings, and it just, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, but I think you're getting
above,
it.
Yeah.
Once you go above, like, say you have the 50 free, last month, and you only sold 10, then you already used up your 40 for the next month because those are rolling over.
Right.
Like if you do the good till cancel kind of thing, or if you relist them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then you only get the 10. See, I didn't understand that. And I was like, why did I only get 3 free this month? No, my dear. No.
Wow.
Yeah, so you might want to check out that fee illustrator, and maybe you could be saving money already. I don't know. I mean,
maybe.
You're doing pretty good for full-time and already getting sales. And I think that's the key, is probably because you're being so picky. And I wasn't like that at first. I'm like, if I think it could sell, if I like it, I'm going to,
I think, too, like, I've had some, because I think maybe I've been offering free shipping, and I'm not super high at the high market. Maybe I've been selling that faster. And I have been trying to be picky, selling certain things that maybe sell a little faster that I've been seeing on while I'm watching videos. Just trying to be picky so that although I'm still sourcing and all that, it's just maybe less work maybe that way.
I think it is.
Pickier,
it is.
And you just got to hire and stuff, and it's more of a value for people. And
so you came here to learn something, and I think I have.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to learn, because I'm just 4 weeks into this, and at first when I listed, I was like, I don't know if this is going to work, but so far, I'm listing, for me right now, it's trying to get listings and set a schedule for myself that works. But I think the part I hate the most is listing, so I'm trying to get my 15-year-old son to start listing for me
as
a part-time summer job.
Yeah.
And he likes money, so I'm just look.
Yeah, don't those teenagers.
If you list a certain amount for me every day, I will pay you, per listing.
Do it per listing.
Yeah.
From what I hear, that's what most people do when they hire somebody, because if you do it per hour, which of course, I've always had to make the mistakes before I do anything right, it seems like. Yeah. But, I was trying to pay per hour, and then they go slow, and because they don't care about your business as much, or as my kids didn't. They don't care about my business as much as I do, so.
Yeah, I told
per
him
listing is the way to go.
Per listing. That way, the more listings he gets for me a day, I'll pay him.
See, I even thought about
more money.
paying people to retweet my tweets, 20 cents a tweet. I offered that to one of my kids, but she's mad at me now, so she's not doing that. But which I'm glad, because I can't be doing it right now. But my phone is getting hot. I bet it's.
But for me though, it's I'm still not really into the whole social media thing, the Instagram and all that other stuff, because I feel I really want to get a grip on the whole eBay thing first, and kind of get a flow for it, and a feel for it before I start spreading out my wings and doing all this stuff. Then I'm going to be overwhelmed by it. So
you're describing exactly what has happened to me, And to be honest with you, the reason why I went ahead and started all of that social media stuff is because, well, for one, I wanted to be kind of different.
Right.
Because a lot of the things I hear about people, they're very experienced and everything. And I wanted people out there to know that, you know, I'm out here just learning as much as you are. And here's the mistakes I'm making. This is what I'm learning along the way. Unfortunately, it does take a lot of time. And you know what? It probably didn't even take that much time. I just am not good at scheduling and organizing my time. So, like, maybe if I would have just taken an hour or two a day, or not a day, but like on the weekends or something. Yeah, the organization part is my problem. And see, that's why I think it would be good to have a partner that is good at organizing when I'm good at, I don't know, picture taking, listing and all that stuff or whatever, and somebody that's good at, you know, the stuff I'm not good at. But, and I'm having, you know, having the meetup group and having the whole community helps out a lot.
Yeah.
You know, and just hearing you, I mean, you hit the nail on the head right there when you said that you would feel overwhelmed. Well, that's exactly what I feel, and I'm doing it full time. I quit my job, and because it was just too much work doing, and that's when I was not worried about Instagram and all that stuff back then, you know. But I would just come straight home and I would list until it was time to put my kid to bed, and I did it for so long, and I just was like, okay, I've got to. I felt like if I focus more on eBay, I can put more up, I can sell more. You know, which it was working. I mean, every single month, my sales got higher and higher until this damn April. Sorry, kid. Sorry for cussing.
But I've heard April's been pretty bad.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, okay, if this is my first month, I don't know what it's like, but I've heard, you know, these months.
You took all of our customers. That's what it was.
I think it's just because I've sold some like higher priced items, you know, and so that's why. I mean, I'm still haven't made that much money because obviously, like, I paid a lot for shipping and.
Now, how many listings do you have?
Right now I only have about like 30, but I've sold like 30.
But see, my point is, with my expression, is that you don't have that many listings up, and usually people have to get to at least 100 before they make sales every day.
No,
so
I've been making,
you're doing something right.
I mean, I'm like consistently selling a couple, like one or two. Like today, I've sold 2. Yesterday, I sold 3. Usually, at the beginning of the week for me, it's kind of slow. The weekends pick up, but I'm consistently have sold like I'm like so far maybe about 10 per week since I started. I've only been doing this.
And for somebody that only has 30/60 listings, that's a lot.
But I just feel like, okay, if I'm doing, obviously I don't know, I haven't been doing this long enough. I just figured, okay, if I can get up to like 500 listings, well, maybe I'll triple that, you know? I'm so new to this. Like, I have no idea what the heck I'm doing. I'm just learning off of YouTube and everything I can get my hands on, like, and information. I'm just trying to like understand how this whole thing works. I know I'm gonna make mistakes, but I'm just trying to be picky when it comes to the listings. Like, I've already had one return, and it was on an electronic. I don't know.
So our meetup is over now. Me and Jackie had a great conversation, and once again I learned something. She has been selling for only 1 month. This is her first month of selling, and she is somebody to learn something from. She's very, very picky with what she sells and what she sources, and I think that's the route I'm going to start going, and possibly even more pickier than I was already thinking. And she says that when she goes to the bins, this kind of stuff that she finds, I really wish I could have recorded all of it, but there was really a bad connection in the restaurant, and I don't know if it was just because of the location or because of the storms, or both. But I did my best, guys, to get the content out there. And but she was a great person to meet and to talk to, and I always learn something from these meetups. You guys always have something to bring to the table, and it's amazing because you tell me you learn stuff from me too, or the other people, and it's just a circle of wonderful knowledge and wisdom that we get from each other. So hopefully next time we get more people to come out. Hopefully it won't be raining. And sorry about the bumps. I'm on the turnpike, and if you guys know the turnpike bridge, for some reason they made it very bumpy, like unusually bumpy. I I'm about to get off of it. Anyways, I just wanted to let you guys know that it's been wrapped up, and I did do a short live video. I finally got that to work on YouTube. Yeah, it was mostly a connection problem. We just had a connection problem. Oh yeah, my phone died at one point. So, but next week we will be doing live YouTube hangouts for our meetup. So, see you guys later. And I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna list like crazy. I'm crazy, madman, mad woman. I'm gonna be anyway. Okay, bye-bye.